Good morning students, a warm welcome to Sheba online class. This is our 10th day class. The third lesson we are seeing about the theories of unemployment and income. Theories of employment and income. So before going to the chapter, I want to give some instructions. Send your homeworks everything properly. Already I informed you. Those who are sending the homework properly, for that attendance it is there, and this attendance mark will be included in the public exam. That will be useful for you. So some of them they are sending the homework regularly and properly. For them it's good, and those who are not sending, send it properly. Okay, now let us move to the chapter. In the previous class we have saw about the unemployment and its types. Okay, so in this unemployment and its types, in that I have explained about the psychological unemployment, seasonal unemployment and frictional unemployment we have shown in the previous class. So in this class we are going to see about the educated unemployment, technical unemployment, structural unemployment and discussed unemployment, that we are going to see in this class. Okay, so let us move to this chapter. So educated unemployment. Sometimes educated people are underemployed and unemployed when qualification does not match the job. So what they have explained in the educated unemployment, educated people, they does not get the job according to the qualification what they have completed. According to that they didn't get their job. Okay, so factually educational system lack of employable skills, mass students, turnout and performance for white collar job and highly responsible for educated unemployed in India. So in this they have explained about that they did not get the job according to the qualification, that it is mentioned here as an educated unemployment. Although they are educated, they did not get the employment. Is it clear? Now let us see the fifth one about the technical unemployment. Modern technology means capital intensive, requires less labor and contributes to technical unemployment. Nowadays, invention led to the adoption of new technicals that are exciting workers or trended. Labor-saving devices are responsible for technological unemployment. So, what they have given up about the technical unemployment. So, more now technology are very well developed. So, modern machines, technologies, everything it is there. So, because of that only the labor was not that much involved in the work, because the machines itself used to do the works more, isn't it? So, only it is given here labor saving devices are responsible for the technological and unemployment they have mentioned. So, let us move to the structural unemployment. What is structural unemployment? Structural unemployment is due to drastic change in the structure of society. Means they have mentioned that there is the structure, means the body we say in a structure, that is of the society. Because of the society only, lack of demand for the product or shift in demand to the other product cause this type of unemployment. For this they have given one example. Rise in demand for mobile phones has adversely affected the demand for the camera, tape recorder, etc. Yes or not? Now because of the technology development, in the mobile itself they can use the camera. We can take the photos, everything in the mobile itself, and then we can listen the music, everything in the mobile itself. But in previous time it was not like that. Phone means we can just talk, that's all. That is for only for the communication. For photo we have to take means we used to use the camera. For if you want to listen the music, everything means we used to use the tape recorder, everything. That means different things was there. So there is a demand means there is a supply. Because if there is demand, there is supply. But nowadays in only one itself, means in mobile itself, we can listen the music also, we can take the photos also, we can use it as a camera, and for the communication is also we use in the same. That means in one mobile itself we can use all those things. Okay, that is given in this structural unemployment. So this kind of unemployment result for massive and deep-rooted changes in the economical structure. Real no, because Three product will be there, for that demand will be there, for the supply will be there will be the production, everything. But nowadays that much is not important at all. Only if one mobile is there, that is enough for this everything, for using the camera, for listening the music, for communication, everything. That means there is a demand is less, no? For what demand is less? Camera no require at all. Then for tape recorder, that much is not in use. So this is the, they have given the lack of demand for the product, of the shift of the demand to the other product, cause of the types of the unemployment. Is it okay, clear? Now let us see the seventh one, discussed unemployment. What is the discussed? Discussed means maraimuga, like that they used to say in Tamil. Okay, so discussed unemployment occurs when more people are there, that is what is actually required. Even if some workers are withdrawn, production does not suffer. This type of unemployment is found in agriculture. A person is said to be disgustedly by unemployed if his contribution to the output is less than what he can produce by working for a normal. Means what it is given when people are more and there what is actually required. For example, I need only 50 workers in the company or in the field to work for the agriculture. But if I have more than that, means 100 people if I have that, then there is no problem at all. Those who didn't come, I used to use the other people, those who are sitting idle. That is mentioned in this inward, discussed unemployment. So, he can produce by working for the normal hours per a day. In this situation, marginal productivity of labor is 0 or less or negative. So there will be no problem at all for this one, discussed unemployment. So we have shown about the types of unemployment. What did we saw? Psychological unemployment we saw, seasonable unemployment we saw, frictional unemployment we saw, then educated unemployment, then technical unemployment and structural unemployment and discussed unemployment. We have seen this one in this chapter. Okay, now let us see about the classical theory of employment. So what is the classical theory of employment? Let us see. Classical theory of employment. So there was no single theory which could be labeled as classical theory of employment. The classical theory of employment is composed of different views of classical economics on the issue of income and employment. That means in the classical theory of that employment, there is different views of the classical economics are there. It is they have the issue was about the income and the employment. Okay, so in this Adam Smith, he has wrote one book. What is the name of the book? The name of the book is An Enquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth and Nation. He wrote this book in 1776. Okay, so he published the publication of this book. What was the main motive of the publication of the book is that he was written about the classical theory. Okay, and it was developed by David Ricardo and J.M. Mill and J.B. Say. Okay, so that means that Adam Smith, he has written one book. The name of the book is An Enquiry into Nature and Causes of the Wealth of the Economic, and he published it in 1776. Okay, so in this he was written about the classical theory of the employment and the income. But although he has written, it was developed by who? It was developed by David Ricardo and another person name of is J.M. Mill and another one is J.B. Say. So, classical economics assume that the economy operates at the level of full employment with inflation in the long period. They also assume that wages and price of goods were flexible. That means what? In that they have explained about that the wages, that means the laborers, those who work for the wages, for them the price of the goods was flexible. The goods whatever they produce, it was very flexible and the competitive market excited in the economy. So in that about this, what did they say? That means we saw that J.B. Say. The name of the person is J.B. Say. What did he say about the classical theory? In that the laws of market, about that J.B. says. What he says, let me see. Say laws of market is the core of the classical theory of employment. So who was this person? He was a French economist and an industrialist. He was influenced by the writing of Adam Smith and David Ricardo. Means already Adam Smith has written one book, I said, and it was developed by David Ricardo, I said. So, but this JB says, he has written about that what he says that the proposition that supply creates its own demand. Yes, it is true. Means if there is demand, then only the supply will be there. If there is no demand at all, that means there will be no supply at all. So hence there cannot be general overproduction or the problem of unemployment in the economy. Means he said that if there is a demand, then only there will be a supply. So there will be the general of overproduction. The things whatever they produce, the goods or whatever they produce, the production or the problem of the employment, unemployed in the economy. So in that another one he says, what is that? According to say, when goods are produced by firms in the economy, they pay reward to the factors of production. The household, after receiving rewards of the factors of production, spend the amount on purchase of goods and service produced by them. Therefore, each product produced in the economy creates demand equal to its value in the market. Means what he says? He says when goods are produced by the firm in the economy, firm means in the industry, whatever the goods it is produced, they pay reward to the factors of the production. Yes, they get the salary. That means the wages means labor. Those who work in that, they get the reward as a salary. Okay, then the household, after receiving rewards of the factors of the production, they spend the amount of the purchase of goods and service produced by them. Yes, really. Although some of them they may be working in the provision market, provision products, everything, whatever. Maybe the soap factory, maybe the toothpaste factory, whatever it is, they may be working and they may be getting the money. So the same, whatever they get the money, they spend it through again to the product for purchasing the product only. That only it is mentioned in the. So therefore each product produced in the economy creates demand equal to its value in the market. So this one I will explain you in the blackboard. I will just draw one diagram and I will explain it. What is it? Okay children, now we are seeing about the Say's law. Okay, so for that I have drawn one diagram to explain you. For example, this is a person. Just let us keep his name as an Tom. Okay, so Tom, what Tom did, he used to prepare and sell the lemon juice in the market. Is it clear? Means Tom used to prepare lemon juice and sell in the market. So if he is selling the lemon juice in the market means really he will get the money. By selling the lemon juice, he used to get the, clear children? Means Tom used to sell the lemon juice in the market. Okay, so from that he used to earn the money. Is it clear? So by earning that money, whatever is demand is there. That what Tom used to spend the money. He used to spend the money, for example, to purchase, what happened to purchase? That maybe mobile he can purchase, yeah, maybe he may purchase that games to play, toys he can purchase it, mobile, yeah, shirt or pant, whatever it is required for him, he can purchase from that money. Is it clear? By selling the lemon juice, he used to get the money. So from that money, whatever Tom used to purchase means whatever is demand. So demand is there. That only that he is purchasing whatever he is required. Yes or not? So by this one he purchase all this thing. Okay. For here I have written yes supply. Supply means what? For preparing this lemon juice he is whatever it is required. Lemon is required, sugar is required, then water is required, syrup is required, whatever it is required. Okay, leave it this water, but rest everything he used to purchase in the market only. Yes or not? For purchasing this one, money is required. He is again spending the money in that one. That means again he is investing in this one, and again from earning whatever he is required, he is purchasing to fulfill his demand. Is it clear? That only it is given. That means income. whatever he get the income from selling the lemon juice, whatever the demand is required, goods and services, whatever is required, goods and services, what I have explained, whatever the person term is needed, that according to that he used to purchase, that is the output for it. From the income, whatever his demand was there, he used to purchase, that is an output. That means his demand is fulfilled in that. Is it clear, children? Is it clear, children? So whatever our demand it is required, that will be by earning the money only. So without the money we can't purchase anything whatever we require. Is it clear? So in short, this classical theory explains that a person receives his income from production which is spent on the purchase of goods and service produced by others. Is it clear? So for the economic as a whole, therefore total production equal total income. That it is mentioned in this one. So now let us see the says law of market. Only few it is given as an example. No single buyer or seller of commodity or an input can affect price. Not a single buyer, means a individual person, single person. He may be a buyer, he may be a seller of a commodity, means the goods whatever he produced. Okay, second one it is about given about the full employment. Third one, people are motivated by self-interest and self-interest determines economic decision. So next one is that the leisure phrase policy is essential for an automatic and self-adjustment process of full employment equilibrium. Market forces determine everything, right? Okay, even though the person used to prepare everything, only the market used to determine the prices whatever he produced. There will be perfect competition in labor and the product market. There is a wage price flexibility. Money acts only as a medium of exchange. Okay, so there is no possibility for overproduction or unemployment. This everything or the instruction it is given about the sales laws of market. Okay, children, I hope you would have understand this chapter. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so send your homework properly. Okay, so thank you.